Okay, thank you, Keith and everyone. Just so very quickly, I just have one very specific tip to share. So there's been here a lot of discussions about beamforming and how does beamforming really work. The differences between active and passive survey. I've had people tell me they like active survey because it measures signal strengths with beamforming and force. Passive surveys, of course, have the opportunity to see all the networks and APs in your environment, which is important. So I just wanted to show a little technique that can be used for seeing exactly what is the impact of beamforming on your site. So obviously, if you prefer active versus passive survey, the best way is to do both. Do a two-adapter survey and put one adapter in active mode, connect to your network you're interested in, or an AP. Put the other adapter in passive mode and walk your floor. Just for this particular technique, use the same adapter model for both, because in the same calibration of that adapter, because what you're trying to do is compare the signal strengths from a passive survey, which measures beacon frames and management frames, versus an active survey, which is measuring signals of many of your data packets when you're actively associated, and beamforming may be in use. And then you load each survey into the diff view, which is a facility and survey pro I'll show in just a moment. Select the AP or network of interest in your view filter. You know, another best practice when you're looking at heat maps from any survey, make sure you're viewing specific channels, networks, or APs that's of interest to you. And then you can see the difference in the signal strength heat map. So just as an example here, I'll go to the diff view facility, and what I will do is I will load my passive survey in the first window, and in the second window I load my active survey. And then what I want to do, very important here, is make sure that I select a specific access point or a network of interest to me, because if I show everything, it's going to be, the results will be quite skewed. So what I have here is on the left, I have the signal strength heat map of a passive survey that was conducted. The signal strength heat map on the right is from an active survey. And what this facility is going to do is it's going to subtract this from this and show the results up here. And so what I'm seeing up here is the difference in signal strength between doing the passive survey and the active survey. Color-coded according to this legend, but if I mouse over a particular area, I can see print out. Now, that's hard to see. I apologize for the use of green font in this. I'm not sure whose decision that was, but what we see here is that the signal strength from survey number 1 is -60, from survey number 2 is -55, so the difference is 5. So here we've got about a 5 dB of difference. Percentage-wise, that's about 8%. And you can kind of calculate, you know, you can go over anywhere on this particular heat map, take a look at that and just kind of see what the difference in signal strength is between my passive and active survey. Again, very important to use the same adapter model, because as you all know, different adapters will give you different RSSI measurements. There is a little bit of red here. I can't explain that particular difference. You know, beamforming may not be perfect. But this is just one way you can do a quick site survey, walk the floor once, use 2 adapters simultaneously, and see if you are really getting a signal boost from beamforming. And that's really all I have.
Great. Thanks, John. That was a nice foretalk.